Hey everybody, it's Cyborg, and I am joined by Down4, and we are going to do a breakdown of Old Skool versus New Skool trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. So thanks everybody for tuning in and watching, and hopefully you enjoyed Django's reaction video that was getting rave reviews. People
Nice.
give Django too hard of a time. I feel like
Yeah, I agree.
it's a little bit of a
I didn't know
different
if you.
flavor. I understand if you're not that big into it, but I mean, come on, man, he's funny.
Yeah, it's more of a funny reaction. I
Yeah, it's just
enjoyed it.
yeah, it's just supposed to be silly. It's not supposed to be taken too seriously. But anyways, on that note, let's get into some serious business, and that is breaking down this trailer. All right, let's do it. So we're not gonna play through it. Well, I mean, we're gonna play through it, but we're not gonna play it right off the bat. But because I assume you've already watched it. But yeah. So what do
It's
you
been
think
a
of
few
this
days.
design? This is classic Kano right here.
Yeah, this looks really good. Like I think in the previous trailer he didn't have the right bandolier thing, but I think that is the MK3 one, so it's pretty much spot on.
Yeah,
I
that
really
looks
like
good.
it.
I like
This is
how,
just sick.
even compared to this bullet, Johnny Cage is moving incredibly fast. Like, if you think about it, a bullet travels so fast that, like, at this speed, he's going almost the same speed of the bullet. That's crazy.
Is that skilled?
Yeah. I love
I
that
love that
face
reaction.
reaction on
Yeah,
Kano. He's just like, oh, shit.
it's almost like the classic nut punch reaction.
Yeah,
Go back to the 90s.
it's good stuff. And then back here we see Sonya being held by two generic cyborgs. We still don't know what these cyborgs, what their role is, if they're working for Kronika. Presumably, it looks like they got some gold on them too, so I'm guessing the black, the white, and the golds, that has to be Kronika related, but we just don't know
Yeah,
to
it
what
could
extent.
it could also be maybe like some type of special forces thing because Johnny doesn't. I feel like Johnny would be more like worried about it. He doesn't seem that concerned that Sonya's being held captive,
True, unless he
but I'm not
sides
sure.
with Kronika at some point. I don't know, man. It's
Yeah,
confusing, but yeah, either way, these definitely look like some sort of Kronika led bots, be it by Frost or Kronika or whoever. I'm it's got to be one of them. It just makes too much sense.
yeah, it
But
could be. Yeah,
guess we will find out soon enough what their role is. But they are generic henchmen. They're being used as generic henchmen, so we'll see what that's all about. And then, okay. So then we have Liu Kang here, looking good in his classic attire.
yeah, he looks great
And then Katana here shown for the first time, like close up outside of the menu art. And I think
and
she,
non-revenant.
yeah, non revenant. And I think she
Yeah, how
looks
do you feel about
really,
her?
really good. Let me go back to her. I can't seem to time that out just right. There we
Yeah,
go.
she
Okay.
has the least time.
Yeah, she looks really, really good. I'm liking the more, just like, for once she has like an actual like Asian face, like appearance. You
Yeah,
can tell, and it just looks really, really, really good. Like, I'm really digging. I want to see her. I think this is probably the first time most people probably feel this way. But we want to see her unmasked because that face
yeah,
model looks really, really good. So I'm curious like, I'm wanting to see more from her because yeah, I think this model looks really good. Face wise, looks just fantastic. Way better than I could have even imagined. And I'm digging this outfit. I think I like her MKX one better, but this one looks really good for like a classic, more or more of a classic themed one, I guess, which is
yeah,
what it's going for. So I'm kind of curious what all of our options are going to be with gear and skins wise. But this looks good. I'd be happy with this.
yeah. I especially like just how the MK3 mask in the hair. I think that
Right.
looks really good.
Yep. I
And yeah,
like
like
the
you
hair
said,
done up in
Asian.
a bun with the whatever. I forget what
Yeah,
that's called, but yeah.
it's very traditional, like
Yes.
Japanese, Asian. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like her fans, but that's about it. Like,
Yeah, the fan's a little odd, but that's for sure going to be gear, so I'm not
oh
even worried
yeah,
about that. But yeah, yeah, that stuck out to me as looking a little weird compared to what she normally has. I like her MKX ones once again. I love the design on the MKX ones, so I'm sure we'll get all that in gear pieces. So I'm not too worried about it.
yeah. I want the MK3 ones, the silver ones,
Yeah,
or
that would be
MK2
cool.
and three. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's looking good. Then we have Kung Lao here, and we've seen him in story trailers before, so not too much to see here. Any thoughts on Kung Lao? His face looks good, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, I'll say more like once we see him later, but it's
Sure.
just I really hate his design. I think he has the worst design in the game so
Of
far.
like the
And
actual outfits and everything.
yeah, I think it's the I think it's well, not even just the worst in the game. I think it's the worst Kung Lao design of all time.
Yeah,
But
I could see that. We'll talk more about that, yeah, as
yeah,
we get to it. So then now here's our first image and view of Jax being confirmed for the game. So we have what appears to be a glowing fist, a glowing arm or whatever. So we see that later in the trailer as well, and he's just about ready to deck. And notice this is lighter Raiden,
yeah,
which this could be just, gameplay, which we know Raiden does have a more classic traditional blue light Raiden variation. So got a little image there. And that looks like that was part of Jax's fatal blow.
yeah, I think so.
So yeah, that would
I
make
didn't know who it
sense.
was at first, since it's like a flaming fist,
Yeah, it's very quick.
and they
And
cut
then
right to Liu Kang.
yeah, and then this is Liu Kang's fatal blow. A lot of people were mistaking this as a fatality, but it was confirmed on Twitter to be a fatal blow. And you can tell that it's a fatal blow just by the
Like the blurry
the
background.
blurry background instead of the dark background like that happens in fatalities where you can't really make out what's going on in the background and it gets really dark. This is just blurry and kind of golden and whatnot. And yeah, so this is part of his fatal blow, which just looks absolutely fucking badass. I gotta
Yeah,
say, that dragon looks super good. When I first thought it was a fatality, when I first watched it, I was a little confused. I'm like, oh, he spawns one now instead of becomes one? That was kind of odd. But now it makes a lot of sense, especially for the fatal blow. That just looks so good.
yeah, that's sick. I wouldn't have not predicted that they'd use the dragon in the
Oh,
fatal
that's
blow.
so damn badass.
Look at that, dude.
I
Damn.
know. That is fucking awesome. Makes me want to play Liu Kang a little bit just for that awesome visual. So that looks great.
He
Cabal,
also,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, he also does have nunchucks on his back.
Yeah, he does.
On,
Let's
yeah.
see if I can get that freeze
So he'll
frame.
probably
Yep,
use
right
those
here.
in game.
So yeah, that might be his weapon. A lot of them have weapons, so that might be Liu Kang's weapon, which is that'd be cool. I'd be down for that. And then we have like a Tarkatan just chilling back here. So
Yeah.
on the Tarkatan war camp or whatever, I guess there's just gonna be Tarkatans chilling in the background, maybe as like an interactable or something. So that can be
That would
neat.
be cool. To be like thrown or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throne.
I do wonder how
just
that
bitched
ends.
out. But yeah, no, this looks really good. And then this is this awesome like location that leads up to, I believe, the Raiden Sky Temple or the Jinsei Chamber or whatever. This gate leads
that
up
might be.
there. Yeah, I thought we saw that in one of the shots before, but
Oh,
regardless,
for
I
sure.
want this. Man, I still want this as a background. I want more of the cherry blossoms and stuff. This is a little too orange, but I like the green and the blue and the cherry blossom trees that we saw in the other shot of it that look really good. So hoping for
I
that.
have a feeling like this could lead to a location that's similar. That could be a stage.
Yeah,
Like, or it could be the training stage. Maybe that'd be neat too.
right.
If Raiden like trains them here, that'd be awesome.
That would be a
I
good
really hope it
training
is.
stage. I would dig that. I have a theory about the training stage that it's just going to be like, how the time rifts have that like effect. Maybe you can choose somehow the interactables based on that time rift
Oh, that
effect
could
like
be
that.
too.
So instead of doing it in a special forces danger room setting, they have it more in a Sands of Time rift setting where that's what changes the interactables. Because I think that's why they did the danger room aesthetic for MKX, is because that was the first MK game with like interactables like that implemented. So they had to let you train on all the different stages without having to load them, each time. So maybe
Yeah, so it's just a hologram.
so maybe something like that I could see. But
That would be sick.
it fit with the theme of the sand effects all over the game and whatnot. But yeah, so here's another shot. Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to wait for another shot specifically?
There's another shot.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll continue on. So we've seen a little bit of this before between Kung Lao and Liu Kang. We saw a brief snippet in the story trailer. I like his face though. I really do like his face
Yeah, his
animation.
face isn't bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks so like realistic and good. And the face scanning just looks tremendous on some of these models.
Yeah,
Same
Wu
with
too.
Same with Liu Kang. I don't know what the hell that
Agreed.
was, but yeah.
It is insane.
I like Liu's hair a lot as well.
Yeah, he just looks. Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah. I
It's not
initially
real-
wasn't too. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was initially not sold on like the shirt and vest, but like seeing it in that fatal blow and like he just looks awesome. Like
Yeah,
I think it actually works really well with it. And he does take it off later, so it's like it works pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not really classic Liu Kang, but it definitely fits what you think of when you think of Liu Kang. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, these look good too. Like the Revenant, I'm really
Yeah.
digging this. Honestly, like Liu Kang looks really good. Kung Lao, especially compare. I like that he has this hat, like instead of that like weird one in MKX that he had for one of his variations. The weird blades that were like individual. I like this one a lot more.
Yeah, this
It
does look better like overall.
yeah, I just
Like
think
they're
this.
more similar.
Yeah, and the crazy skin, the Revenant skin, it's still there, but it's dialed back a bit. It just looks way better done in this game, as we've mentioned before, with like Cabal and Katana and stuff, and Jade.
It's not nearly as noticeable as
Yeah,
X.
it's not overdone. Did he just punch the hat?
I'm
Like,
not
what was
sure.
that? I gotta go back. It looked like, yeah, he almost. I wish we could hear it. Let me slow mo this speed. Here we go. Oh no, it got blocked. It looked like he just put. Oh, that's a funny face. He looks like. Oh man, what the heck is that? That reminds me of something. It reminds me of like Sling Blade. You ever seen that
Yeah.
movie? Like biscuits
Yeah.
and taters. Mm-hmm. That's what Billy Bob Thornton. I don't know. That's what makes me think of. And then
Who was that? Was that Kung Lao?
he's killing his Revenant self. So
Okay.
fighting himself there.
This is just in gameplay, probably.
Boom.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's his fatality. Catches.
I just, yeah, I have a problem with this because this is where like the cowl comes in, where he's wearing this like cowl thing.
Yeah, underneath the hat. That is weird.
Yeah, I think that looks so dumb. I
It's
thought it
funky.
looked dumb before, like I did see it, but now it looks even dumber actually seeing it. Like,
What do you think of this fatality?
I don't like it because like I do like that he's utilizing the teleport, but I don't like that it's like another one of those like he kind of does like the classic thing,
Overkill?
but in a different way. Yeah, and it is overkill. Like he
I do
like
like
that would have
the
been cool.
teleport. So he slices the head off. So he already kills him there.
Hmm.
This is another where like Jax like bursts your head and then tears your arms off
Pretty
after the
much.
fact or whatever. Or Johnny Cage does something like that. I can't remember in one of the games. And so he cuts the head off, then cuts up through the body through a teleport, which looks cool, and then catches the head in the last slice. It is unnecessary. Like I think it's cool. I like the effects and I love this angle, like this shot.
Hmm.
Cuts the head off, pops up, cuts like the body in half, and then as it's splitting, throws the hat at the perfect time to catch the head and enough room for the hat to go through as the body spreads apart. So I like the timing, I guess, on it. But yeah, the order of events still is just like torture. Like he's just torturing.
Yeah.
It
It's
is a
pretty much
little
just like
overkill.
swag. Like
Yeah.
he's just doing it to style on him, but I still like it's cool, but they could have did something better, I think. But I do agree that last shot is cool. It's gonna work well with the slow mo
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, definitely. And then we have Scorpion here looking like a badass. What do you think of this
Yeah.
attire?
No, this looks good. Like I'm not a huge fan of that mask, but like the rest of it's pretty good.
I think this is the best looking this mask has looked in this game. Like in the stress
Yeah.
test, I wasn't digging the cloth mask a lot, but I like it in this shot a little bit more. It's still probably my least favorite that we've seen of his, but yeah, no, overall it's looking pretty good.
It might just be one of those where like it doesn't look that good in game, like
Maybe.
actually playing with it, but in screenshots and stuff it looks better.
Yeah.
I like the outfit overall a lot.
Here we go. This is him just doing his fatal blow on himself. He's blowing himself. We've all been there. Let's see.
This-
And then
Okay,
here we
there
go.
we go.
Here's a real first good look at Jax, and he's just dominating. I guess these monks that we've seen that are dead in the courtyard, like they're being zombified or possessed or something. Just kind of
Yeah,
creepy.
I'm not sure.
But man, Jax's classic arms look fantastic. I love this shit. This is like Colossus.
Yeah, dude, that's a good comparison. Yeah, like It almost reminded me more of like MK4 than 3 with like how just metal they are and
Yeah, they
the colors
really
too.
nailed like the shininess of this. Like it has that perfect sheen like metal. We see it a little
Yeah.
later in the trailer too, and it just looks so good. But yeah, here we go. Jax being a badass, and
Yeah, he does like a boxer sway there. That is the tightest shit.
I'm gonna turn
Like
down the volume so we don't have to listen to this slow motion weirdness. Um,
Yeah, and the purple pants too. I love that.
yeah, and just bam, that looks so good.
And this part syncs up really well with the
The
music.
music, yeah, I love this trailer in general. I love, by the way. I haven't said that
It's
yet,
a
but I
really good one.
really dig it. And here we have a lighter courtyard, like we mentioned before. It's kind of more like morning rather than nighttime or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Mhm.
But yeah, just look at that. Just man, that looks beautiful.
They look really
The
good.
effects on that, just the sheen and everything, really, really good. I'm gonna get a shot of Jackie here.
Also, there's a Solnado in the background or
Yeah,
something. I'm not sure what that is.
her face animation looks fantastic too. Like I'm praising pretty much every character's face animation because they really nailed it in this game. Like Injustice 2 was a huge step up from MKX's face animations, but I think they keep going up. I think these look really good.
They look like real people. It's weird.
Yeah, it's that's what I thought when the first time I saw Jax's face. I'm like, that doesn't even look like Jax to me. Like when I looked at
Right?
it, I'm like, this
Yeah.
doesn't look like Jax, but it looks good. It just didn't look like Jax to me. But
It was jarring to me at first as well.
yeah, I was like, wait a minute, who's that? Like it, I knew it was Jax, but like, yeah, the face was just so different. But that's because we're getting like real faces for the first time in an MK game, like real people's faces, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. Oh man, this arm, can't get over this arm. I don't think I ever really played Jax in the games, but if I ever did, man, these arms are the arms I would use. It's just so good. But yeah,
I'm
right
so
here,
happy
he looks good.
I agree. I'm really happy they went with those type of arms for his classic
Yes,
design. Like, oh
definitely.
man,
I
great
prefer these
choice.
much to the over the like the big bulky ones, you know, like with all the weird just big pieces and stuff. I like just the simplicity of this. It looks really good.
And X, he had like an outfit, like his MK9 outfit in that game was
Yeah.
like, he had like tubes and shit and like purple and shit. I'm like, man, like, why do they keep doing that?
Yeah, it gets a little overdone. But yeah, here looks great. Like I said, they both face wise just look fantastic. Arms and everything.
I wonder why younger Jax is with Jackie.
So let's move to we'll go a little faster here. 50.
I
And
do
then
think he looks
here,
really good with the
yeah.
beard.
I
Like,
prefer yeah,
I wasn't sold on his face until I saw him with the beard, and I'm like, damn, he looks sick there. Like, that's
agreed.
Jax.
The older Jax definitely looks even better. Like this looks fantastic.
I love the
I
crew cut.
I had the same exact reaction. Like the younger version, I'm like, I was a little jarring at first, but I thought it looked good, but it just didn't look like Jax. But then when I saw this, I'm like, okay, now I see it.
Yeah,
This is Jax to me. This looks good.
I
So,
totally agree.
and then yeah, we get some Kronika like armor here as well, which we've theorized before that he joins Kronika based on Jackie's third outfit, where it looked kind of Kronika-ish as well, like the
The
same kind of
dress.
armor. Yeah, the dress,
Yeah.
and it was named something about for Jax or do it for dad, or I don't even remember what the hell it was called, but something like that. And so now we're wondering if maybe Jax sides with Kronika for some reason, which is strange because we are led to believe that Kronika is here to erase the new timeline, which would include older Jax. So if he's
Mhm.
siding with her, that would be him basically saying, erase me to my younger self. I don't know. There's so many still like unknowns about what the intentions really are from Kronika, and we don't really know. Like, is she trying to pick certain people from each timeline to go through, or we have no idea? It's just weird, but
Yeah. Yeah,
it
that's why like younger Jax being with Jackie confused me because you would think Jackie would be with older
older
Jax, but
Jax, yeah.
maybe younger Jax is like, hey, wait up, like Jax is trying to get Jackie to go with him on Kronika's side or something like that. Maybe that's when young Jax steps in and he's like, yo, like fuck that shit.
Or maybe this is just me theorizing, just completely out of the blue. I just thought of it now. Maybe because Jax has a wife, right?
Yeah.
And maybe she died due to something of the new events, and now older Jax wants to erase that from happening so that way his wife can live.
Yeah, that could be
So erase
something
the
like
new
that.
timeline to go back to the old timeline where his wife can still remain alive. So that would make sense to some degree. I don't. That's the
I'm
only
sure there's a
reason I can
reason.
think of that Jax would do that. Like, and then maybe that's what gets Jackie involved as well to side with him. Because
Mhm.
I mean, what's the yeah? But maybe I hope there is a rift between Sonya and Cassie siding with Raiden or whatever, and then Jax and Jackie siding with Kronika. I think that could
Yeah,
be a really interesting dynamic.
we didn't see Jax in the Netherrealm part in the Netherrealm like when they invade.
Yeah.
So maybe he's already like made up his mind at that point.
Yeah, I'm really curious what the reasoning is here for which character side with which side, especially with, in this case, with like a new timeline or older version of Jax siding with Kronika. I think that's a very interesting dynamic. So I'm curious how that plays out. And then we get
Agreed.
the gotcha grab with the glowing fist. So these might be an ability of some sort that maybe add damage.
Yeah, it
What
could
are
be
your
a
thoughts
buff.
on that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a buff, but I'm hoping it's not like something that just happens all the time because I don't. When I think of Jax, I don't think like like furnace like arms and shit. Like I don't know. I'm not
Right.
super sold on it yet, but I
Furnace
do.
arms.
Yeah, like I don't know what to call them. They're just like
Molten, like yeah,
yeah.
like furnace arms. I like the furnace. The furnace
uh,
from the furnace from Home Alone.
yeah,
As
pretty
arms.
much. I do love that he walks them in his gotcha grab now to the corner. Like that
Yeah.
seems really good to me. Like
Yeah, that
he's
is
already
cool.
has really good corner pressure, and then being able to walk you to the corner is awesome.
And it's
And he
interesting
has,
that they meet in the Goro's lair.
yeah, it seems like it's connected to the courtyard one,
Yeah.
so maybe they go here after there. Um,
Bam.
I
Bam.
really hope these aren't the only two
Bam.
MK1 stages we get.
Me
I hope there's
too.
more.
Me too. It's also interesting that there's still Oni alive back here.
That's true.
Like why are they alive but all these other ones just got destroyed including
That could
Goro?
just be a stage thing. Maybe they're not there in the story mode one. 'Cause there are sometimes they do that with like
Yeah, because even behind
small
Goro, they're
character
there
changes.
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting.
It's just if they do bring back like MK1 stages and it's only Goro's Lair in the courtyard, I have to question like did you have to use Goro's Lair? Like you could have picked a better one, but
Yeah, I mean this looks good, but I agree that there are some better stages there. I think with the crypt taking place on Shang Tsung's island, and they're gonna make those locations, you can walk around them or whatever. So
mhm.
if you can visit them, that means they've designed them. So I
Could
expect all
potentially
the
be DLC
mains.
stages.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
I just think if they went out of their way to design them, I don't see why they wouldn't be playable here. But I guess it
I
really
agree.
depends on how that's all plays out. We're not really entirely sure how the crypt is going to look. We just know it
And
takes place on Shang's Island.
there's still a good amount of stages we haven't seen, like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So
So I'm
yeah, I'm sure
hoping.
they'll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, we see him walk him to the corner. So that's cool. And then,
Also, I did
sure.
want to point out, just go back just a little bit. It looks like there's a shotgun on the back of his like when he punches them, you can see a small little shotgun or
Yep.
something.
Right here. Nice.
Yeah.
That's like
So
it's almost like a grenade launcher, actually.
yeah,
You
it
see
could
how
be a
kind of
grenade
like right
launcher
here, it
actually.
looks like a little sight. That's usually how a grenade launcher looks.
He did have
A
a
big
rocket
barrel and
launcher in
everything.
his special forces, or I can't remember what the variation was called, but he used a rocket launcher, so maybe that's a return of that. That's a good point. I thought it was a shotgun just because like the like the hilt or the
Yeah, yeah, I can see
base or
what you're
whatever.
talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, but
could be
a
either,
grenade
but
launcher
yeah,
would make sense. That'll probably be one of his gear pieces.
and then notice all the time rift stuff going on back here. So, like what we saw in the Coliseum stage. I just had a heart attack thinking I wasn't recording, but that would have sucked. But no, we are.
Okay, good.
So time rift and all that's going on back here. So what we saw in the Khan's Coliseum or whatever that stage was, Kotal Khan's Coliseum, that time rift, that same thing's happening here. And then we have Johnny looking and it's going on still here in the background. So maybe this stage we get some of that time rift going on as well, like on that actual stage. We haven't seen much of this stage played on. This is the Special Forces Hangar, I believe. We get a better shot of it here in a second.
Oh, and Jax is back there too.
Yep, he's very briefly.
But older Jax isn't there.
Yeah, we very briefly see younger Jax, and he's teamed with younger Sonya and younger Johnny Cage. And this might have been when they're first brought in, because it didn't look like they were brought in when Kronika first brought in the people at the arena.
Coliseum, yeah.
So, yeah, and then we have
somewhere else.
Yep, and then
I wonder how that goes down.
Timeline.
How do they like contact them, or how do they bring them in?
The movie Contact, actually, with Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're about to make out. No. So then we see young Johnny with a scar on his face that's fresh, and then we see older Johnny with that same scar right here.
Oh, and wow.
It's now like healed. So it looks like whatever happens to this douchebag is going to happen to the older one, which makes sense. So that means if the younger Johnny Cage, and even mentions this, that he's going to get us killed. I don't know if he means like the group or if he means like himself. He's going to get us killed, because if younger Johnny gets killed, older Johnny gets killed. So that's a weird conundrum to be in.
What happens if older Johnny gets killed?
Younger Johnny should be fine then, because
younger
it's
Johnny
still
just has to go up to that point.
Yeah, go up to that point and hopefully change something. But yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
It's a little bit of a looper if you've ever seen that movie scenario. But yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good catch. I didn't notice that.
We got some Johnny Cage gameplay here.
I would say I would have cut out some of this. Like, we've seen a lot of Johnny so far, and a lot of that. I don't think we needed those sections too much.
So we got Garris rolling up here, and he's carrying whatever this is. It's been theorized that whatever these are, like, creates constructs for Kronika, or maybe cures the revenants. I've heard a couple theories based on what these could be. It's like a belt, and then these are little vials of blue inside. So that's why people are thinking, like, what Garris has here is blue heart here. And we've seen him have, like, blue blood before, even though he doesn't have it anymore. So it might be like this Jinsei stuff. We're not really sure what this all is, but it seems like this is fueling Garris. So that's what people are thinking might be in these vials that could potentially solve the revenants or create new constructs for Kronika, like what we've theorized Frost is, or what she's doing. Maybe Jax isn't doing it on his own free will. Maybe he's captured and turned into that. We don't know. Like, we're not really sure how this works. But
it looks like it takes place maybe early in the story too, because it's like Kung Lao and Liu Kang don't seem very aware of anything. But
right.
This seems like a kind of like an end game stage to me, almost. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like a Jinsei chamber, or the new Jinsei chamber that we've seen in a way. But so then we have Kung Lao just being a badass. I do love this scene, by the way. Like, I just like how he's just staring at it, like not even giving any fucks. And then, there goes. Oh, that's a weird kind of. What is that creature, anyways?
Like some type of dragon or serpent or something.
So he gets his head cut off.
Yeah, and the cowl looks super bad there.
Like, and then we have some more. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not digging that Kung Lao outfit too much. I liked his MKX one a lot better. These are...
What are those?
Those remind me of like Chinese good luck coins. Chinese good luck coins have the square cut out in the middle, I believe. So I'm not sure what these could be other than that. But we see some with the dragon logo that don't have the cutout. So just something interesting to notice there. And then, I just love this part where that was easy. And then...
Yeah.
That's badass. Good face animation. I just love it. And then just so much emotion that's evoked when they talk. And then we have Garris. This is where the sound, the oh man, that face is just so good. Like, I'm just gushing over like how good these faces look.
Yeah, they look amazing.
Gosh, so they evoke so much emotion. But then we get Garris bringing himself back to life. We know that he can't really die. At least that's what is said. So he can always just bring himself back to life. I love how he just casually gets back up. This is such a badass scene. Gets
Yeah, the
up.
music goes really well too. It's almost like
Yes. It's just
ominous and
awesome. Like, it's right at that point where you know you fucked up. And then he's
yeah.
just like, no. And then, bam. And that's,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
when,
almost. I think he's almost like Doomsday in a sense, where he comes back like stronger, where he
could
is
be,
able to
yeah.
like, yeah,
But yeah, I love this part in the trailer. This is, I'm not huge into rap. Like, I like some rap, but man, I love both songs in this trailer. I thought fit really, really well with what they were trying to convey. Like,
yeah. It
just the
transitions into like
attitude.
newer rap.
Exactly. Like the
Yeah,
old Ice Cube stuff, like the old hip hop, which is more what I'm into. I'm like I like the classic hip hop stuff generally. And yeah, I thought that worked really well for like the old, the young Johnny Cage and stuff. And then now we're introducing the new school, which is like Cassie, Garris, Jackie, etc. And they're just being badasses to a more kind of hardcore rap of modern day. And yeah,
she goes to fight Sonya for some reason.
yeah,
Yeah,
beating the crap out of her mom.
yeah, that was messed up.
But yeah, that's just such a. I love this scene. Like they're just popping off. Like they just
Yeah,
don't give any fucks. They're just like you're just shooting randomly. And then she beats the hell out of Aaron.
yeah,
Bam.
unmasked
And I think
Aaron.
this might be like old Aaron. Like, doesn't he look a little bit more disheveled? Like his
He does look
face.
a little older.
His face looks like it's seen some mileage here.
He also is wearing the MKX one, so he'd be really old in that.
Yeah, that's true. Compared to the younger version that we saw on that select screen, unmasked or whatever. Then we have Johnny's talking to each other, which, if you've seen the intro dialogue exchanges between Johnny Cage's, those are always great. So we get one of those here about him doing his own stunt doubles. And yeah, we get some more Johnny Cage gameplay, which probably not necessary, but it goes with the new school versus old school. And then here we go. Nethership, baby.
Oh yeah,
This is
it looks
badass.
better here to me too. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, than what we've seen before, for sure.
Yeah.
We've seen only like snippets of it, but this is for sure looks great. This is such a cool shot here. So here we see older Jax with young Scorpion, who's potentially working for Kronika, Sub-Zero and Raiden, but maybe this is Liu
Yeah.
Kang interrupting some sort of altercation between these guys. I'm not really sure, but
They look
Oh.
all pretty chill.
yeah, that's true. And then, that's just Liu Kang being a fucking badass, just
That was tight.
getting some revenge. You could feel that like angst just to take down old classic Raiden once again after what he did to him.
It's good to see like something like this happening. I also do love how Raiden recovers though. Like,
Yeah.
he acts like it doesn't even phase him.
It's such like a anime thing. It's just
Yeah.
like fucking slide.
I love this though. It's so sick. Like
yeah.
it's like that's the move he used to take down like Shang and shit. But it does, like Raiden just recovers instantly. Like,
Right.
But it was satisfying too.
Got a bunch of skulls here on the ship, skulls in jars and stuff, and traps. Then we got a green glow coming from over here, which looks
This has
great.
gotta be the Nether ship.
Oh, it's
gotta
for
be.
sure, for sure. But yeah, this is just so badass. You can just feel it. Like he's in. What the hell was that? You can just feel the just the revenge. He just wants to take down Raiden. That's so badass. But yeah, so we have older Sub, younger Scorpion, older Jax, younger Raiden. So interesting.
Yeah.
What are these characters doing together? Does Jax and Scorpion switch sides from Kronika? Do these two switch sides to Kronika, which wouldn't make much sense? I mean, I could see it from young Raiden's perspective, but why would old Sub-Zero switch? I don't know. This is
Yeah,
confusing.
we already saw old Sub with old Scorpion.
I
so-
know. We don't know the order.
Or
We
not
don't know
old
the
Sub, sorry.
context of
Yeah.
any of this, but it's
Yeah.
interesting. We're going to see some side switching maybe. We're going to see... That's my only concern is that Jax, like, I hope he's not like a... I don't want to see many spies and betrayals happen in story because I want... Like, the people that choose their sides, I want it to be for a good reason that's interesting, that really kind of makes you think about, like, oh, why did this character side with this? I don't want it to be like, oh, Jax was only with Krona because he was an inside man, like a mole the whole time. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. But notice how Jax has his hand back, both of them.
Yeah, that is strange.
And so it doesn't look like this one he needs the metal arms. So maybe that's part of what went into this. I don't think Jax would just side with her to get his arms back, but
No.
He's not that selfish to go against his own daughter and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know, man. Something, unless it's like Happy Gilmore, like Chubbs with the wooden hand, and we're just not really, we can't really tell. But I don't know. Interesting.
It's strange for sure. It's very hard to tell what's going on with all this story stuff.
Wait, was that somebody standing up there? I don't think so, but oh, it was.
Oh, go back just a bit.
That's Raiden.
Oh yeah, it is. So that might be some editing tricks, or that could be Shang.
Or wait, oh, look, like half of them is. I don't know if that's the lighting.
What do you mean?
Like part of them did not. Damn it. Part of them looks darker over here. Like half his face, and then this part looked darker than the rest. Like it almost looks blackish. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that could be the lighting, or it could.
Like that's what I was thinking when you said Shang is like maybe he's in the process of morphine, or maybe this is Dark Raiden in disguise as Light Raiden. I don't know, man. But why is Raiden here? But you're right. Yeah, it could be editing stuff, but. This seems like right after what just happened.
It does, yeah. That's what's weird. That's what I'm trying to like think of. Like, how would there be a spot where he's doing that against someone, but he's behind him?
All right, let's watch this again where he lands. Let's see if there was another shot of Raiden there, because that's the first time I've even seen Raiden up there.
Yeah,
going this slow. Like
I did not see that either.
Okay, it didn't look like there was. Oh. There might have been a chance there right before the flying kick. Let me slow it down. So I think that might be our best shot here, but I don't see anybody up there.
Doesn't look like it, but we can't see the whole thing. It didn't look like it to
me. Interesting.
Maybe well, I was gonna say maybe he teleports thereafter, but it still looks like Liu's about to fight someone. So I don't know how that would line up. Because I was gonna be like, maybe Raiden is there before Liu sees him, but it's like, then Raiden would be aware. It acts like he's like just now seeing him.
Yeah,
so.
Man.
Or that could be a tease for Shang.
Could be. Man,
I doubt they'd leave that in on purpose. It could just be editing, or it could be like a tease for Shang, since it is the Nether ship.
Yeah.
It makes sense for him to be there.
And like, you can definitely tell this is blue and white.
It's the same Raiden, I think. Yeah.
But I don't know. This must be lighting, because this just looks really off compared to this side.
But no, you're right. Like, it is darker.
Interesting. Curious how that plays out.
Yeah, that was a good catch. I did not notice that.
Johnny slapping himself. I think this is the end.
Another pair.
Yeah. Just... And then, we have Shao Kahn.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good trailer, though. It dropped unexpectedly. Like, you asked me to do the thing. I hadn't even watched it yet. I was like, wait, what? Trailer?
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
Badass. I dug it a lot. That's probably my favorite trailer they've done for this game so far. I liked it even more than the story trailer, honestly. I just thought it was... I love the music that goes with it, and I love the moments in it. I just like the humor as well. Like the humor of Johnny just decking him right in the nuts, and then just
with
everything.
The song playing.
And then you have some character reveals and stuff I thought was really cool. Some badass scenes like this. Not that the story trailer wasn't good. I thought the story trailer was awesome too. But I watched this trailer like 10 times already. I thought it was just really, really entertaining.
Nice.
So
yeah, I liked it as well.
But yeah, good stuff. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Speculate on who this random guy is up there. Let us know your thoughts on, could we be running into 3 Raidens? Does Raiden go back to light at some point in the story? Now we have 2 light Raidens. Is that Shang? Who knows? But yes.
Lots of possibilities.
I'm curious who sides with who, because it's still like really up in the air on who exactly is on which side and for what reasons I'm really excited for. I mean, we have a general idea of some of these things, but yeah, I'm really
I think
curious.
they're deliberately like choosing the scenes to make us like question what's
Yeah,
going on and all that. I'm just interested to see how the story's structured. It's so hard for me to tell, like, where's what's gonna happen at one point. Like, I'm
right.
sure some of the stuff is like near the end, but it's just we can't tell.
Yeah, exactly. And what's on like with these cyborgs, we still don't know what's up with them. Are we gonna get like actual cyborgs, Cyrex, Sector, or Smoke in story mode, or are we gonna get any like follow up on them, or are we just gonna see kind of generic ones? Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions that are coming out of this that I'm really, really curious about. So I'm glad we're getting closer and closer to the game because, yeah, this is just badass. Getting closer and closer to the game. There might have been more stuff hidden in this area that flies by. Do you hope we see more like Black Dragon members like Kira and stuff in the background? That'd be kind of interesting.
As a cameo, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd be open to that.
Yeah, I think it'd be neat just to have them there. Why not? But yeah, good stuff just popping off. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and let us know if we missed anything and what you thought of the trailer. And on that note, take care, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Peace.